YouTube seems to like it when I go live, and I like to feed the gods of the algorithm, because what we know now is that God is in the algorithm, and I'm here to light a fire, and I'm here to also take care of the fire that has already been lit, and to remind you of your obligation to light your own fire. And that's the theme here, is fire lighting. Because the reason this is the theme is because no one is coming to save you. No one is coming to save you. This message is for fathers, this message is for husbands, and this message is for business owners. If you're these things, then you're invited to join me on the Lionheart platform tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time, because I'm going to be sharing some frameworks for staying on purpose. And what I've learned is that abundance follows your purpose, not the other way around. When you trust your guts, that place, I say guts on purpose because you got a fire in your belly, that you got to trust that fire in your belly. When you trust your guts and you make those boss moves, then you become bulletproof. And when you do things on purpose, you take action on purpose to build what you're here to build and to live in integrity with your heart and soul, with what you know you're here for, then you become bulletproof. And what I'm going to be sharing tomorrow and what is available as a resource on the Lionheart Brotherhood platform on Skool is frameworks that liberate, frameworks for leadership, levers to pull for making decisions so that you can live on purpose around 4 core kingdoms. Your body, your fitness is 1. Your business, your money, your cash flow is 2. Your being, your sense of connection with the truth, and your connection to God within you, the voice of God within you. Your spiritual connection with that voice, and your certainty within yourself to take guidance and direction from that voice. That's the 3rd kingdom. And the 4th kingdom is your family, your wife, your kids, how you're showing up as a husband and a father, so that you're on purpose and that you're leading like a lighthouse, and you're leading with your natural masculine leadership gifts to respond rather than react, to transform anger from being a fire that burns into being a light that illuminates, to provide the structure and the direction for your family, the spiritual leadership for your family, to lead your wife every week into a date night, to remember to never stop courting your wife. I know, because I failed at a marriage 15 years ago. I went through a divorce, and I got a big lesson in that loss, a big punch in the face around how much I had given my own power away. All the ways that I'd fucked up is because I put her on a pedestal, and I tried to do everything for her to please her. But secretly, I was just seeking validation, seeking outside validation from her, and continuing to put her in the leadership frame, the decision-making frame, when what she actually needed was for me to make those decisions myself and to lead her, and to trust myself to lead both myself and the relationship to joy, to peace, to prosperity. And that means leaning into the conflict and looking at where I was afraid of conflict. Mostly what I do is men's coaching is give men the tools and the power tools to become more present in their life, and more present in their relationships. And the funny thing is, sometimes I feel like I'm working for God, because what we're actually missing as modern people is we're missing tribe. We're missing a place where you can come together with men who are also walking the path as fathers, as owners, business builders, and as husbands, and find a way through the pressure. And the pressure I'm talking about has a name. I'm gonna call it one thing I like to call it, which is the trifecta of insanity. Oh look, there's a little robin. By the way, I'm on what we call the dog walk path, and that's the airstrip. There's the airport. There's some little airplanes hanging around. The trifecta of insanity for married men raising kids who are owners, who are responsible for results in their work, leaders at work, business owners, is how to be the dad, how to be the husband, and how to be the leader at work, and have all of those balls going at once. Well, a lot of these remedies for that trifecta of insanity come from a movement that is called Wake Up Warrior, which was started about 13 years ago. And in 13 years, they've perfected a formula for married businessmen raising kids to find a way through that insanity and to find a way to lead by lighting your own fire. And when I say fire, I mean the fire of desire and the fire in your belly, the fire that is connected to the voice of God within you. It's called, also in my own book, I call it the masculine trinity of backbone, heart, and balls. That's the alignment. I call it your truth sword. When you're aligned, backbone, heart, and balls, and you take your power back from all the places you've given it away, and you seek first the kingdom, which is the voice of God within you, and you take a stand, which is what you need your backbone for, because you're going to get attacked. When you take a stand and you want to go in a different direction, when everybody's going that way, you want to go that way, you have to be committed. You have to be committed. And there are, oh, look at, there's a beautiful snake. I don't know if you can see it. You missed it. He went back into the grass. You have to be committed to your vision, because hopefully you can still hear me as this helicopter goes overhead. When you're committed to your vision, you're going to fight for it. And you're going to find a way, because life tests you in places where you need to trust yourself, because people test what they want to trust. So if you want to trust yourself, you have to take a step. You have to take a step and make a commitment to yourself, to turn towards the fear, to do the thing you're scared of. And when you do that, when you turn towards the thing you're scared of, you're actually applying what we call in business constraint theory. And in constraint theory, there's usually one domino. There's usually one constraint holding you back, either personally or in your business. And that if you took action to attack that one constraint, it would send out a cascade effect, a ripple effect, a domino effect, to create the movement that you're actually wanting, to create the movement that you're desiring. But in order to get that forward movement, you have to light a fire within yourself. And then make that fire something that you take such great care of, that it's a big, well-kept, cultivated fire. I like to say love is one of two core metaphors. Either it's fire that you have to play with, and you might get burned, but really you want to turn it into a light that illuminates, or it's a garden that you have to cultivate and you have to have patience with. You have to plant seeds in there and you have to bring in the nourishing fertilizer. And sometimes you have to build a wall, like a warrior builds a wall around the garden, because the lovers wouldn't be able to fall in love in the garden if it wasn't for the walls built by the warrior. So sometimes as men, you gotta be the warrior, and sometimes you gotta be the lover, and you gotta know which role you need to play, and then step into that. Hey, I like that. Hunter Gaming, Jai Shri Ram. Yeah, I'm down with Ram. I'm down with Hanuman. Somehow I got a lot of love from India happening. I told a story the last time I did a live on Facebook about Ram Dass, and how this is relevant because it's about lighting your fire. How one of his students, he was a spiritual teacher who got his name from India anyway. He said one of his students came to him and said, my problem is that I want to be with God, and I can do that when I'm by myself, and I can go by myself and feel connected to God. But then when I get around people, I don't know how to feel that connection. How do I do that? I want to be with people, but I also want to be with God. And so Ram Dass told him, well, that's your challenge. That's your work. That's your path, is that you have to find a way to be with God while you're with other people, and stay with both and. Not either or, but both and. So I love that story. And I love a lot of the old Ram Dass stories, but it reminds me of stories I heard on the peyote road about the path and about walking the path between the fire and the people, because it's a path of service to have the ability to light fires and to be in direct communion with that creative force within you, that God force within you, and to wield it responsibly, to look after your results and stay relevant in the areas where you need to double down. And that could be in your health, could be in your business and money game, could be in your relationship. Wherever it is, if you're picking up what I'm putting down and you're a married businessman raising kids, then you're invited to the Lionheart platform. And the Lionheart Brotherhood is on Skool, Skool.com. You can search up Lionheart Brotherhood on Skool. And tomorrow morning, Friday, Pacific Standard Time, Vancouver time, I'm going to be hosting a Zoom call. And the coordinates for that Zoom call are on the platform. And I'm going to be sharing more warrior frameworks for men, and doing some hot seat coaching for men to help men get the results they're after, and to tune in with the brotherhood, and to tune in to the strength that happens when we sharpen our edges in tribe. So that's my jam. Sending big love. Thanks for being part of my day. Bye for now.